Hello and welcome to NCTV. I'm Madeline Pike, your anchor. Now for our first story, Mrs. McCaddy, being the last original art teacher, has given us insights into the past. She's the one that hired the other art teacher like Brad Cool and Pat Hopkins. Pat Hopkins retired and Brad Cool sadly passed away in 2015. Let's take a blast to the past to see these old art teachers sculpting young minds.
Many students are involved in the NCH art department. There's a wide variety of classes offered, and it's one of the best programs in the state.
You want to be real careful about popping that loose because you get that stuck. So go right there where those points are. So you just easily pop it. But you can imagine if you really do that, it'll knock it out of center. So intro, drawing, color and design, 3D design, our computer graphic class, which we call commercial art. Then you could go into advanced drawing. You could go into our studio class, which is like a class where you develop independent projects as a junior or senior. And then finally our AP classes, which is where you build a portfolio as a senior to apply for scholarships.
In the fall, we go to National Portfolio Days, and then when we do that, kids get accepted in colleges like from Chicago to Colorado Art Institute, California, New York City.
A student who's learning to throw on a potter's wheel, and they're trying to get that clay to center, and they're trying to get that clay to center, and then all of a sudden one day they get it there, that a moment where that of achievement. I mean, that's really fun to see that I've done something that I passed on to another person to give them something they want. Last year we had 7 scholarship winners go to Casper College here in Casper. They offered 5 and we took all 5, and then we went to the State Art Symposium. They offered 2 more and our students also won those 2. So we were real proud of our students.
I think the neatest thing about teaching art is that you get to know your students on a personal level, because when you're dealing with art, it's just, it's kind of has to do with creativity and you get to solve problems together, and I think that's fun.
I am in AP art, I guess you could call it. I'm in color and design, commercial art. And I think we have the best art program in the city anyways.
I think it's awesome. Miss McCaddy definitely knows what she's talking about.
Well, the NC Art Department does quite well throughout the state. We have our State Art Symposium at the end of the year that we compete in, and that's really the only gauge that we have to compete with other schools. But we have always won quite a large number of blue ribbons.
Probably one of the top art programs, so we get a lot of kids that go off to college and all sorts of different things like that. Great art teacher, so can't complain.
If you're not in art, I hope this makes you consider it. This has been Megan Hoffman, NCTV.
Thanks to the past, we're able to see how our art interest at NC has greatly increased. Now for our trivia question. Who invented buffalo wings? Please call our friend Nick at the number shown on the screen to tell us your answers to win this $25 gift card to DT Town Buffaloes and Wings. For those of you who enjoy creating art, or maybe just looking at it, you'll appreciate this next story on an artist who faced and surpassed her difficulties in the art world. Her name is Bev Doolittle, and her art is just amazing as her determination.
I do kind of have some favorites. 2 Indian horses, just because there's so many horses in it. But all of the paintings that I do are a challenge, and I have a lot of self-imposed problems that I give myself, and every painting is a learning experience because of it. So it's something I really look forward to solving all the problems. So when it's done, I'm really looking on to the next painting. According to the complexity of the painting, if it's a real simple, small one, 3 to 6 months. The most involved one, like Sacred Ground and Force Has Eyes and Woodland Encounter, those were 6-monthers. Prayer for the Wild Things, that was a good 6 months doing that. So, yeah. If it's a simple one like Unknown Presence, or a small painting like No Respect, you're looking at a month or 2 or 3. My husband and I have always done a lot of camping, and we love to travel and paint outdoors. And I think a lot of the ideas that we get are from our own experiences. I don't think you can paint what it feels like to sit around a campfire unless, unless you felt it, you know what it feels like, or cold or heat or whatever.
What a beautiful story and what gorgeous art. Up next, we have a story covering the practice of tattoos. This story is from 2003 NCTV Crew and even features an inker getting a tattoo on his own body. The Ink Spot is a staple of the Casper community and is still a prominent location for piercings and tattoos.
Ornamentation has been practiced for as long as mankind has existed. Each tattoo and body piercing is done for a variety of reasons: art, decoration, belonging, and certain spiritual reasons. Early human mummies have been found that are 5,000 years old and are covered in tattoos. Through time, tattoos and body piercings have been used in a variety of ways as unique as the people that wear them.
I'm the manager here at the Ink Spot, as well as I do all the body piercing here as well. I eventually ended up going to body piercing school that was in Seattle, and my sister and I opened up here. I'd pierced here for about a year before I went to school, and school made all the difference in the world. What I like most about my job, that I am performing a service that usually puts a smile on somebody's face. That generally speaking, people come here to have something done to accentuate them or themselves. It's a form of expression for them, and I'm helping them get there. I believe that the girl that comes in and wants her belly button pierced because Britney Spears has one has the same thing going through her head after it's done. She stands up, she gets the big smile, and I know that I've helped get this person to, I don't know, something that they want to have done.
Just kind of make fun of him. Like, who did John? Ooh, sit down, yeah. The shirt is off again.
My shirt is always off. I'm sick of this. I promise not to take my shirt off this episode.
This is Technicare and Green Salt. This is a surgical scrub. It kills 17 different kinds of bacteria on your skin. The whole area nice and sanitized. Shave off all this hair.
Just get a rainbow tattoo with the unicorn underneath it instead.
Absolutely.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
The thing of it is, I don't want to get you guys
ahead, round your shoulders
tonight,
more
I'd
for me.
rather know that we can get all four of you done.
How big? How small? You want to help me stretch that skin more solid. It's going to go in.
I don't know what I want. No, we get going right there, but you can't do it. I don't know, where do you want it?
Man, that guy is committed to the story. I'm glad it's him and not me. Next, we have Lucas Graham with the students at last year's film festival behind the scenes on fight scenes. We'll be learning the secret behind favorite fight scenes and you see everyday movies, how they shot and how they portrayed and how they rehearsed.
What we're going to do is open up for questions, and then what I thought we'd do is we would block and shoot a fight scene, just because I keep seeing them in your films. There's a few little techniques I can teach you to help you out. A punch has to cross that axis to see it. So if you come over here. So if you throw a punch here, you should cross that axis, right? Because if you just go, the camera sees it, right? Your strongest hit is the one that crosses behind what is now the stage line, which is an imaginary line right here. So the offhand that goes from back, that one's going to sell the best. as opposed to the punch this way going, right? Now if you uppercut, you have to cross this line. Yeah, so you would go like that. But you would do it on the behind camera side. Notice she's eating your donut and you're mad about it. You confront her. So, why are you eating my donut?
Why are you eating my donut?
And you say, because I can.
Because I can.
All right. And you go, oh yeah, what do you think about this? And throw a punch. Okay, so let's talk about this. So you don't actually have to be that close. So take a step back. And your punch, you want to swing through, but you want to make sure there's a lot of space between the person that you're going to hit. So you throw a punch. Right? And you don't expect it, so take a couple steps back. You feel the hit. Couple steps back. And you're like, oh, now it's on.
Now it's on.
So you come back, give him a good punch in the stomach. But don't see how you stopped? You got to cross the axis.
Okay.
So cross the axis. Perfect. And you're going to react. Oh! And then you're going to come up, deliver the killing blow just like that. So we'll uppercut. We'll cross this horizontal axis. And then you're going to fall to the ground. Perfect. Let's start with her close-up since she doesn't move into the scene. So it's a little easier. So an easy way to sell a fight scene, to help sell it, is you shoot it on a long lens because the image is optically compressed. That's like graduate level cinematography. We can just take my word for it. It looks better.
I don't want to get...
So let's go like right here and give me like a close-up like this. Roll camera. Camera speeds. And action.
Why are you eating my donut?
Because I can.
And the famous fight scenes. Now take a sad turn. It has been 18 years since the death of NCTV's own Matthew Shepard. 21 years old, Matthew Shepard died on October 12, 1998, right outside Laramie. He was brutally beaten, robbed, and hung on a fence to die because he was gay and hit on McKinley and Henderson. Matthew Shepard died 6 days later in Fort Collins. Colorado Hospital.
Hi, welcome to NCTV. I'm Lindsay Lunsford.
I'm Jennifer Clairbout.
And I'm Brian Procuri.
Within the past couple of weeks, a tragic form of violence has recently stirred up the state of Wyoming and around the United States. Trevor Trujillo was there.
On Friday, October 16th, people from all across America gathered in and around St. Mark's Episcopal Church to witness the funeral of Matthew Shepard. But as NCTV talked to some of these people, one question arose. Should the media have been there?
My feelings, I'm just ashamed that the media has turned this into a circus.
Well, we're like both getting really off the media.
Well, this is a big story, national significance when it deals with human rights.
There's a number of angles here. First, just the brutality of the crime itself, even removing the gay issue, if you will.
We have, there's a right to show, what's happening right now, and like, the torment and sorrow that people feel. Then again, they also have the right for privacy.
They've been very generous. They've been considerate of the family, of their needs. They've worked with us really well.
I mean, there's all this politics and stuff going on. We have news people from all over the place, but it's about that kid in there who got his beat down.
Matthew Shepard will be missed. He will have been 40 years old today. He was an amazing person and an amazing steward. His story will be kept, continuing to impact the lives of others, and his message will keep inspiring people for generations. Now, before everyone leaves, everyone from NCTV would like to wish Lucas Lee Graham a birthday wish for his 34th birthday. Have a great weekend, everyone, and stay safe.